The lobby of Westfield Financial Group gleamed with polished marble floors that reflected the morning sun and sleek chandeliers that scattered light like tiny diamonds. Receptionists moved with precision, and every suit seemed to carry a sense of entitlement. It was a place where appearances dictated respect, and anyone who didn't fit the mold felt invisible. At 9:03 a.m., the glass doors slid open, and Ethan Hayes walked in. Hoodie zipped up, faded jeans, worn sneakers. Nothing about him screamed CEO material. To everyone else, he was just another visitor. But in reality, Ethan wasn't here to blend in. He had just quietly become the majority stakeholder of Westfield Financial 6 days ago. And today, he wanted to see the company as it truly was. The receptionist, perched behind a desk that seemed more like a throne, barely glanced up. "Do you have an appointment?" she asked, voice polite but icy. "No appointment." "I'll wait," Ethan replied calmly, taking a seat. Security approached, tall and tense. "Sir, executive floors are for authorized personnel only." "I know exactly where I need to be," Ethan said, pulling out his phone as if nothing could rattle him. The first person he watched was Gregory Stanton, the COO, arrogant, impeccably dressed, and radiating self-importance. Gregory walked past Ethan as if he were invisible, until the receptionist whispered, "Sir, there's a visitor, Ethan Hayes." Greg squinted. "Do we know him?" "I'll handle it," Ethan replied under his breath, calm, unshakable. Over the next few days, Ethan became an observer. He slipped into meetings unnoticed, documenting everything. Favoritism toward certain employees, brilliant ideas ignored, women sidelined, and black and brown colleagues repeatedly erased from decision-making. The system was rigged, and Gregory Stanton was the architect. Then he noticed Monica Ruiz, a logistics analyst with impeccable ideas and unshakable professionalism, constantly overlooked. Her talent was undeniable, yet she was always told, "Let's circle back, or we'll discuss later." Ethan introduced himself casually in the break room, using a borrowed name badge. "Your model this morning, impressive," he said. Monica raised an eyebrow. "Who are you?" "Just someone noticing what the room tried to ignore," Ethan replied with a slight smile. The next day, Monica's projects were sabotaged. Greg filed complaints claiming she leaked confidential data. Monica was pulled into HR, trembling but defiant. Ethan observed silently, knowing exactly how to dismantle the deception. He spent 12 days gathering evidence, doctored emails, backdated spreadsheets, falsified reports, and witness statements. Every unfair decision, every act of silencing, was logged meticulously. Finally, the day came. Westfield Financial's quarterly shareholder meeting. Investors filled the room, cameras rolling. Gregory stood at the front, confidence unwavering, ready to spin his narrative. The doors opened. Ethan entered in a tailored charcoal suit, Monica behind him with a folder marked Exhibit A. Silence fell. "My name is Ethan Hayes," he said calmly. "Majority stakeholder of Westfield Financial. What you've been told these past weeks is false. The reality of this company's culture, the suppression of talent, and the manipulation of truth, all of it ends today." Screens behind them flickered to life. Emails, audit logs, video footage. Proof that Gregory had altered Monica's reports, silenced employees, and attempted to discredit anyone who challenged his authority. Gasps filled the room. Greg's face turned pale. This isn't possible." Monica stepped forward. All evidence verified by an independent third party. Every action documented. Chairwoman Ruth Bennett, decades of experience in board governance, slowly rose. "Based on the evidence presented, I motion for immediate termination of Mr. Stanton's employment pending legal review." All in favor. Unanimous. Greg swallowed his pride, his empire crumbling. Ethan turned to Monica. "You were never alone. Merit can't thrive in the shadows. Integrity wins." 6 months later, Westfield Financial looked the same on the outside, but inside, everything had changed. Monica now led strategic innovation, guiding projects with the respect and influence she had long deserved. Diversity in leadership wasn't just a flyer on the wall anymore. It was reality. Ethan stood on the rooftop deck one evening, Monica beside him, city lights stretching below. "Why wait?" she asked. "Because truth doesn't need noise," Ethan said, wind tugging at his hoodie. "It only needs to arrive when the world is ready to hear it." Together, they had changed the culture of an entire company. Not with intimidation, not with power alone, but with courage, patience, and a commitment to justice. If this story inspired you, hit subscribe for more real-life corporate justice stories. Comment below with your thoughts. How would you handle a workplace like Westfield Financial? Share this with someone who needs a reminder that integrity always wins.